Do I want to create a community of close friends? Do I want to go to all the concerts, hit up all the museums, really become a local? Do I want to go on a million dates? Do I want to find the best running trails, become a connoisseur of the best Italian or Thai food spots? What do I want to learn about during this time of life? Hello, and welcome back to The Queer Protagonist. My name is Sam, and I believe that by sharing your story, you can help light someone's path a few steps forward. Today, we're going to talk about my 3 steps for moving to a new city. Do you have a big move coming up? Or do you feel stagnant where you're at and you're thinking, maybe I need to refresh my perspective on this city? We'll come back to this anytime. Here's the 1 minute of backstory. I have spent the last few years all over the place. Over the last 7 years, I lived in Boston, San Diego, Portland, Oregon, Utah, Moscow, Russia. I did a study abroad in Jerusalem. I have just been bopping all over, and so I really know what it feels like to be the new kid, the new queer in town, and so I really want to go over how the Success Guide has helped me. I moved to San Diego in July of 2021. I knew 2 people when I moved to San Diego. I was working fully remotely. It was an overwhelming sense of loneliness, honestly. It just washed over me, and I spent many nights in a dark place. I'd often go on walks and just call my mom crying. Over the next year, I pushed myself really hard to make friends and be outgoing, and eventually I did find that sweet community of friendship, but wow, it sucked for a really long time. And so when I knew that I was moving to Portland, Oregon for 6 months, I decided it was time for a new approach with this upcoming move. So I pulled up a new Google Doc and I called it Sam's Portland Success Guide. I filled it to the brim with a bucket list of things I wanted to do. All the hikes, the coffee shops, the running clubs and book clubs, the trips to the coast, museums to visit, concerts I wanted to go to. This was my first time living alone in a studio. And wow, moving to Portland, it was hard, but it was also remarkable because I set myself up for success in so many different areas of life. This success guide made it so much easier. So now I've just moved to New York City and I've spent the last 2 months working on my Manhattan success guide to move here for the next few years. Today, I'm going to lead you through my tried and tested, what I call a 3-step framework so that you can create your own for your new city. You've definitely heard of the really cheesy Live, Laugh, Love that's on every sign in every Christian family's home ever. Well, that is the inspiration for the framework. First, before we get into it, you got to create your mission statement. This is something that my life coach, we worked through together. Moving to a new city, you have the chance to restart and refresh in so many ways. So think about it. What do I want to change about the way I currently live my life? Who do I want to be? What do I want my legacy to be of my time there? Do I want to create a community of close friends? Do I want to go to all the concerts, hit up all the museums, really become a local? Do I want to go on a million dates? Do I want to find the best running trails, become a connoisseur of the best Italian or Thai food spots? What do I want to learn about during this time of life? Write that out, and after you've done that, we're going to jump into it. Here we go. So live. This is the most functional. In your new city, you've got your new apartment, your new place, your new home. First, you're going to figure out where are the nearest gyms, coffee shops, Trader Joe's, nearest library, dentist's office, hospital, maybe church. You're going to sketch out all the things that make life functional. Something that I've done here in New York City is I've tried about 15 gyms on free gym trials. It's a really fun way to get to know all the gyms for free. I've also gone to a different coffee shop almost every day. It's a really fun way to understand the vibe of your neighborhood. In Portland, I think I visited about like 30 to 35 coffee shops, and it was probably my favorite way of getting to know the city. Also, where's your nearest library? So you can go get your library card, start checking out holds, and just really feel like a local. So that's step number 1, live. Now to the laugh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the laugh is all about fun. Whether you have friends or not, I want you to set yourself up for success, to have as much fun and fulfillment as possible. So let's get into it. Let's start with events. Do you like concerts? Do you like comedy? Do you like theater? Do you like poetry? Well, what I did here in New York City, I saw that there were about 15 artists that I wanted to see, so I bought about 12 different concert tickets for the next 8 months. I'm going to see Lizzie McAlpine, I'm going to see Taylor Swift, I'm going to see Sam Smith, I'm going to see Fly By Midnight. I just tried to get myself as hyped up as possible with really fun events that I can look forward to. There's so many comedy events in every city. There's poetry readings that you can go to. There's theater shows that tour around the country. Go see a touring Broadway. Get some events on your calendar that you're really looking forward to. With that as well, in terms of fun and fulfillment, what art museums do you want to see? What trips do you want to make? Start planning out some bucket list items of things that are famous for your city. What are the restaurants that make your city so famous? Figure out what will bring you joy in this new place. Now, the last step, and I think this one is the most important, is the one called love. And by love, I do not just mean dating. Although dating's super fun, and I definitely think that Hinge and all the apps are a really great way of meeting people, if you are single and you're looking to do that, I think that by love, I mean community. The biggest lesson I've learned in the last 3 years of living in different places would be that the people really make the place. In every city I've lived in, I learned that your community directly impacts your feeling of belonging in every way possible. Your friendships and people are what make a place feel like home. And so this is where I really want you to lean in. First, before you even think about making new friends, I want you to think about the long distance friends or the friends that you just already have and set goals for how you can prioritize those. You're going to have a lot of lonely nights, and so all those FaceTimes and phone calls and texts that you can do with your sweet friends that you already have, that's going to be game changing for you. Make sure you really prioritize those long distance friends because they don't go away. They need you and you need them, and they can make your new city experience absolutely phenomenal, even if they're not there with you. Next is that element of making new friends. This is where I'd really lean into your passions. For me, it's things like running clubs, book clubs, poetry events, and just showing up, because then you can meet people in similar walks of life with similar passions. Something that I've really enjoyed is hopping on Bumble BFF here in New York City. I've been on 2 Bumble BFF dates in the last 2 weeks now. One was really sweet. I just grabbed coffee with a guy, we chatted, it was fun. First, we grabbed brunch, and I was like, wow, he's pretty cute. And then we were like, yeah, let's go to an art museum. And it was going really well, and we started to like brush past each other, kind of lean on each other a little bit. And then he was like, do you want to go see a movie? And I was like, I have time. And so it ended up being slightly more than a Bumble BFF date, and we may or may not have just made out through Ant-Man Quantumania. So it was a great time. But the lesson with this is that it's just fun. Let people surprise you. There's so many people that need you, that you need them, and so let people surprise you by showing up and putting yourself out there and make those friends. Now let's end the episode with our queer quote. I just found this quote from Chaz Bono, and Bono is a trans man and an American writer, and I really love what he said here. He said, "I've been embraced by a new community. That's what happens when you're finally honest about who you are. You find others like you." I love that so much. I feel like when you let yourself just be authentically you, you make space for others to be authentically themselves. And also, when you allow yourself to be seen as an LGBTQ plus person, you're able to find strength in our community and to be embraced and embrace others in a way that I never thought was possible. So I love that, and I love the community that we create around our authenticity. So I hope that you find so much success in your new city, and I hope that this is something that you utilize, and please let me know how it goes. Please rate this 5 stars, give it a review if you would. Please share it with friends. Thanks so much for listening, and remember to be kind to yourself and others. Bye.